America, in the year 1991. Apes are sold at auction to become household pets and to work as slaves. They wait for a leader, an ape with the intelligence to lead them into overthrowing man.
Where there is fire, there is smoke. And in that smoke, from this day forward, my people will plot and plan for the inevitable day of man's downfall. And that day is upon you now!
Watch the screen explode as man faces ape in the ultimate revolution, a revolt of the apes.
This will be the end of human civilization!
Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, rated PG.
So, we love the movie. Hi, Link.
Hello? Oh, look at this little idiot. This little handsome idiot in front of the lens.
And I guess with that, are you ready to pivot into the writer's room part?
I guess so. I realized, well, do you want to show run? Because I think it's technically my turn.
It's your turn. Do it, babe.
Oh, no. I am not equipped for this.
That's okay. I'll run cover for you. Cover fire.
I appreciate it. Okay, so everyone knows what we're getting into. We are going into our writer's room segment. I am... Sorry, I'm a little nervous because Paul Thomas Anderson is definitely out of my comfort zone and skill set, even though I really, really admired what he did with this one. And so I'm pushing myself because that's the whole point of this creative writing exercise. We are taking a franchise that we just analyzed and studied and reviewed a bad review of, and taking that information and trying to go with, like, what would we do if we were privileged enough to pitch for the sequel? Like, what would we write for the sequel? And so Phil and I typically come into this with about 3 pitches each, and we throw around and brainstorm for about a half hour, and then we outline for a half hour. And you were so funny with those adjusted titles, one more battle after another. So, and then one of us will serve as showrunner. So if there's a disagreement and a decision needs to be made because we're at a crossroad, it's the showrunner's responsibility to choose and basically keep the boat going in one direction so that we're not a big mess. Yeah, that's basically what the role of showrunner is.
That's Brian this week.
Yeah, and before we get into it, Phil, like, I think this week's going to be a little different because I think based on our discussions, we kind of know our angle of attack on this one.
Yeah, I agree.
Because the daughter's the protagonist.
Yes. And
it's about her going on to the next step of this revolution. Like, we kind of know what we're doing here. It's kind of like, yeah, it's not really, we don't really need to pitch back and forth too much here because she's the protagonist now. And then I guess where my head is based on all of our discussions today of, like, I feel like we're going to be seeing her, Willa doing her best, or Charlene, we don't know which name she picks up at this point. She might return to her old name, or at least there's something for us to play with there. And I think it's going to be her trying to make the world a better place, and then the moment kind of chooses her. Kind of like how we were talking about with the Zoran of it all, of, like, she didn't mean to become the leader, and, like, because I do think she has chosen one energy, and, like, I feel like the theme that we could play with here is that everyone thinks that she's the person, and it's her trying to convince everyone, like, I can't do this alone. We have to do this together. And so I think
she becomes the coalition person, right?
Yeah, basically.
Because that's the issue with everyone is very individualistic in this movie, even when they're working together. And you're right, like, that's an excellent journey for her to go on to, like, actually pull in that energy, and, like, how it's not just about fighting the power system, it's how do you pull people together for a bigger thing, for the greater good.
Yeah, no, in complete agreement. And so I guess, like, I think what the real challenge of this one looks like, and why Paul might not even want to do it, is, like, I don't think it's possible for us to know what the revolution looks like. Like, what is that? How does it manifest?
Well, according to Karl No, not Karl Marx. According to the Frankfurt School, the revolution against capitalism will be called is the Great Refusal, which is the protest against all that is. And so what that means ostensibly is you just reject the system on every front. Lenin also talked about this in What Is to Be Done, where he talked about you just fight authority. He would know about authoritarianism, but when he was talking before he installed it, he was talking about the autocracy of the czar, and it was you have to fight it on every level of society. So there is no cause too small or too great. It's like as it comes up is when you fight it. Critical theory is kind of like articulates that.
What do you think of, and I really like, okay, thank you for that. That's really helpful context. What do you think of, like, because fascists kind of usually are their own undoing.
Yes.
Like, what if she is a part of one of these, like, just like her parents, freeing an internment camp, and they go, we're going to release the footage so that she becomes enemy of the people #1. But then she becomes really popular.
That's funny.
Popularity is, like, thrusted upon her, and she becomes the person. And then, like, all of these, like, things that the government's trying to keep secret, like the internment camps and things like that, she, like, live streams the raids, and it starts inspiring and mobilizing people.
Yeah, so she becomes like a almost like a revolutionary influencer.
Yeah, and all by mistake. Like, she's not trying to do it.
Well,
It
the
just
thing
turns
that I
out to
like
be the
about that
tactic.
is,
And
the thing that I like
go
about
ahead.
that is we can also play into the concept of like why certain people are doing it, like they did in this movie, as a lot of the characters in this movie in the first movie are well-meaning, but they let their stuff get in the way. And this one, if we're doing it in a modern context, I mean, we see it in our own life, right? Which is just people who are doing it because it's for the clicks, it's for the fame, it's for like this sort of celebrity, or we can even have stands of hers, you know what I'm saying? Who turn on her when it turns out that she's not, you know, the person that she said that they thought that they had envisioned in her mind, the character that they had created.
Yeah, no, I think, like, I think that's pretty on point, and, like, she's not doing it for the clout. She's doing it because this turned out to be a helpful tool for what she's trying to accomplish. And I think there was another angle to this that I was thinking of. All right, we'll have to move on. I lost the idea.
Anything I could do to help you jog it? She's using it as a tool, as a helpful tool. She doesn't care about it.
Now I remember what I was going to say. Because you were talking about motivation. I feel like her motivation is going to be twofold. I think it's one, righting the sins of her parents, righting the wrongs, the sins of her parents. And then two, I think it's that hope of a better future. And then three, I suppose, protecting those that can't protect themselves. So I guess who can be, like, good obstacles to that? Like, does she... I don't know.
Well, I almost feel like, all right, so this is her parents helping people. What was the other one?
Rights.
Yeah, I also feel like, because let's subvert it a little bit too, right? Because that's a bit of what he did in this movie. I mean, is it a thing where, like, it just becomes like a treadmill where it almost becomes like she's doing it to do it on some level. She thinks that it's and it is working on some level, but it's not actually seeing material gains. Like, and it becomes like almost like she's churning it out just to do it, right? Because then what we can end up doing is having a message on where is it that you put the energy? How do you demonstrate, like, how do you actually effectuate change? Because
so you're talking about, like, her learning how to use this tool.
Yes,
because, like,
that's right.
She didn't even want this.
Yes.
She didn't want to be the person. She didn't want to be the central figure. She wanted to be a person, just another person, shoulder to shoulder.
Right, but then it works.
The moment chose her.
Right, but then it works. And but then so she starts doing that, and then she thinks that that's all there is to it, because she is still young, right? And like, you know, but then it almost becomes doing it to do it, and she learns how to use it properly.
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. Of, like, she doesn't know how to, like, motivate people, and, like, it's happening by accident. And I think, like, maybe it's like a trusting herself or trusting the process, maybe, like, learning.
Trusting the process.
Maybe that's really what her lesson's going to be, because maybe she has a bit of trust issues now. Maybe she has to learn to trust the people, to trust, because she had all this, like, she almost shot her dad at the end of the movie.
No, that's great. No, I love
And
that.
how do you do a revolution if you don't trust every one of your brothers and
Right,
sisters out
she
there?
totally has
But also, how do you balance that and stay safe as well?
She totally
that's
has
a hard balance.
She totally has PTSD now, for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
There could also be an angle of like she wants to be a one-man army.
Yes.
Like she doesn't want to mobilize everyone. She wants to do it on her own. And then she has to maybe that's her lesson of like, you can't change the world alone. It would be really wonderful if the I think Benicio del Toro's the mentor throughout this entire sequel, but like I actually think that line would hit hard coming from Bob.
Yeah, for sure.
If Bob has like one line of insight, like he's just still a dipshit the entire movie, but he's trying, and then that one line.
And I do like what it's kind of saying too, because some of the issues with the resistance, people have a short fuse, understandably, because what's going on is repulsive and horrific, and we don't take good time to actually let, as you say, let things play out and let them overextend themselves, right? Because they will invariably overextend themselves. They will invariably go too far. And sometimes it's like jujitsu, right? And you like have to use their energy against them.
And I mean, that line can come from Benicio del Toro, sure. But there's also that, like, this was written when Alligator Alcatraz was happening and all the immigrants are being wrapped up, or at the very least, they were campaigning on
I don't think they had done it yet, but like, I think that it is. Yeah, it was in the zeitgeist.
So what's the next level to up the ante so that she can bring all of the citizens of our country together? We now have military in the streets, Phil, as you well know.
Yeah.
And so now the military is being turned on the citizenry. So
yeah,
that would be the
like
next step to continue Paul Thomas Anderson's metaphor.
I like that we even start and we see that like the military is in the shade. So like they're basically like, it's just roving bands ostensibly. I think
to solve the crime.
Yeah, exactly. Right. After we found radicalism in nunnery, they just used it. They just use it as a permission structure to just address crime. We don't know if it's in the Catholic Church. Who could have imagined that the Catholic Church? So they're using it as a way of just installing martial law.
The other funny part is like just something for us to play with. One of the surprising things, even though the National Guard is currently not into what they're doing, and we can even play with that and like that the military doesn't like that they're doing this and all that cops are surprisingly against this and like might end up being helpful. We can have helpful cops and we can have unhelpful cops in this. We can have a traitor cop. And yeah,
it wasn't. Well, they were fighting ICE recently. There were cops fighting ICE.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Point.
Like,
to your point.
I've been saying for the longest time that I thought when fascism got here, it was going to be the police that like were like, all right, let's enforce this, and then they turn out to be like a force against it. And I'm like, well, that's an interesting turn of events,
right? Yeah, a pleasant surprise.
So like that's just something for us to play with as we're in the brainstorming session.
I like that.
So I guess like, who are we going to build around her, I suppose? So, like, I feel like Bob and Benicio are definitely coming back.
Yeah.
Who else would come back? I suppose the one that saved her from getting nabbed in the beginning, correct? We'll have to find a way to bring her back.
Yeah. I mean, she could break her out.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. That could be the initial...
Yeah, that could be a thing that mobilizes her. Like, they're going to, like, execute her or some shit like
that. That could be the initial thing of, like, that's the first thing they release and she becomes, like, an enemy of the people. Look at her. She's freeing a terrorist.
Oh, I love that.
But, so, like, that works. And then it makes them feel comfortable. So then when she, like, goes and breaks out an internment camp, they're like, oh, yeah, we're going to release this footage. You're like, wait a minute. Why did we have an internment camp?
Yeah, that's great.
Can you explain that to us? Wait, hold on now. Who was in the camp? Like she kills like military officers that were guarding the building, and then they just like, oh yeah, we got this footage of military officers, and then they're like, wait a minute, what's that building behind the officers?
Yeah, I mean, because you can have it on the news, and then she like releases a video or something like that, and it goes viral. It
sparked a shitstorm that they weren't ready for.
Yeah, and
because they didn't think about the building behind them.
Yeah.
Where are they exactly?
Yeah.
And like, a reporter does one inquiry and it's like, oh shit, this was an internment camp. And then it completely changes the public perception of this woman. Of Willa or Charlene.
Yeah, I mean, we should I do want a scene where the Christmas Adventure Club is giving out their talking points.
We also need the scene of them doing really creepy charity, like a Toys for Tots.
Oh, that's funny. I think that we should also for the Christmas charity, the Christmas Adventure Club's storyline. I think the old guy's dead. I think that they like we see him getting buried in like a casket with Christmas lights, and it's like now it's like a fight to see who will be top Santa.
That's not bad. Also, on your talking points thing,
yeah.
What if we had a scene where they're delivering their talking points, and then it's revealed they're delivering them to a senator, and like he's one of them?
He has an ornament on it. It says "Season's Greetings."
He has a little Christmas tree lapel pin next to his American flag. I'm just happy we can say Merry Christmas again. And that was like, and again, to freaking Ben Shapiro, that was the brilliance of that one, because what that was mocking was the whole bullshit talking point that we can't say Merry Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Like, that was so brilliant. I loved that part, that they were the Christmas Adventurers Club.
It is of all of the things in a brilliant movie, to me the most brilliant thing was that, because it was so stupid, it was so frivolous, it was so dumb, it is so culture war, it is so petty, it is so it was perfect.
I wonder if we can get an Epstein metaphor in here of like the Christmas Adventurers Club had a guy, and the guy could get you clients, and all of the politicians are implicated in it, and they're trying to they're suppressing the information from reaching the public. That could be something for us to play with too.
Yeah.
Like a subplot of like, no, there's nothing in that box. We don't need to look in that box.
Right.
Yeah, my name is definitely not in that box.
Right.
There's definitely something we can play with there. I don't think it should be like the through line of the movie, but there definitely could be like a running it could fill the same hole, or like the same but different with the Adventurers Club, of like a new detail for them.
Yeah. So I like a little bit of her. I do think that we should have a character who's like a union labor character, because I feel like that person is going to like, because that is something that's missing from the movie, which is like organized labor, which is also a big part of all of it. It can be antagonistic to her at first, and like, look, we're here for it, but like we represent workers, and these are people from all different parts of society, and we organize, but we don't organize for radical action. And you can have one person who's like, why don't we? Because they all exist. In organized labor.
I mean, a criticism of unions is that they don't always work together or advocate for each other's rights. And she could be like, we could have a moment where she's negotiating these power differentials between all the groups of like, we need to come together for general strike, whatever.
Right.
And that actually would be pretty sick, of like seeing a general strike and then the military crackdown from that.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
And can they defend themselves from a military crackdown for a general strike?
Yeah, I would like to see how that looks. I feel like that's our action piece for the
that would be our climax.
Yeah,
we're not getting bigger than that.
Yeah, I think that's great. Just even seeing how they crack down on the general strike would be interesting. Oh, strike. Trying to think of what else we have. I can see it two ways. There's an idea and a concept that I'm like chewing on here, and one is having someone that goes from like the white supremacist like flip over, but also that's a little cliche. So is there a person who leaves the left, like an Anna Kasparian? You know what I'm saying? Like, do we introduce that kind of a character into it? Like, because I just think that mixed loyalties in those people who like drift away because they never really gave a shit anyway.
I mean, okay, so here would be my pitch on that, and I'm thinking more of a
Anna Kasparian.
In that, I was going to say a Reuben, but it can be an Anna Kasparian. So
I like a
here
Reuben.
would be my pitch.
Yeah, I like a Reuben.
After a lot of research, a lot of spying on this organization that Willa is now becoming a very prominent member of, they scope all the members, and then they find one pure honky. and they take a meeting, they black bag and pull him into a meeting like, we got a deal for you. You could have all the money if you join our team. And so he takes the money.
Takes the bag, yeah. I dig it. Because basically
then-
what he is in that instance is he's like a class trader. He's given up like
Yes.
working people so that he can, for himself ostensibly.
Yeah, you could be one of us. You should be one of us because you're better than them.
They give, yeah.
You're
Okay,
pure.
I can see this.
You're chosen by Santa himself.
Right. And look, it's been wayward in the past, but that's because we've been dealing so much with all of these uprisings and all of these stray hairs and crime and all of that. You and people like you slip through the cracks. And like they're having like figgy pudding and shit. It's like
Because they are putting those other people ahead of you.
right. And
They're giving them what is rightfully yours.
and it distracts us because we have to deal with putting them down. So like, wouldn't you like people like, so we're sorry. We feel, they would never say they're sorry, but well, the Christmas Adventure Club would. With real life, they would never say they're sorry, but like, we're sorry. Like, we're sorry that we didn't see you for who you really are.
Yeah, I love that. And by the way, side note, I'll edit this out. I got your subscribe button
Lay it on.
clip. It's Megyn Kelly ranting about a black Santa.
That's really good. That's really good. That's perfect.
That would be perfect for this video.
That's perfect. That's good. See, you're getting it. You're getting it, Brian. Like you're getting the vibe of the subscribe button, the subscribe vibe. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, it is figurative and silly. It's always the plan.
Wow, we got a lot to play with here.
Yes.
Okay, so do we have do you want to explore at all like the path of redemption for anybody of like
You're the showrunner.
we could even do the whole Graham Plattner idea of a Nazi tattoo or Nazi tattoos.
You're the showrunner. It's your call. I think I guess I'll say this: if you're looking to see if I think that is fertile ground that we can explore, the answer is yes.
then I think it's worth exploring. Like, what would be the clever spin on it, I guess? Because I do think that that's like something that this sort of organization, how do you work with imperfect allies? Like, how do you struggle when your newfound ally has a lot of heinous shit in their
I
past?
think
How
if
do
we're
you
playing the
trust
honky
and also protect yourself?
If we're playing the honky, we should just have a character who is like a Graham Platt. I'd say he's worse than a Graham Plattner, but I would say that he is a person. I used to say give him a fucking swastika. But he
raised to the rank of Christmas elf, but he left the organization.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I think he was a person that like discovered other people are humans too. And like, that's always a contention. And I think the thing that's interesting about that is because a lot of people, when they go from the right to the left, they take a lot of their bad habits. They bring a lot of their bad habits with them. And they bring a sort of domineering and hierarchical structure. And they don't, it's like when you find it's like when someone finds Jesus, right? They become like, like they're like, I'm super into this, but they're still like they still have not like unlearned the previous behavior. So I think it's cool to see a duality between a character like that, who like, I say we even have moments where he's like genuinely problematic. Like genuinely, like, I don't know, like this guy may not be like for the cause. Like he could be a fake. He could go back. And then we have the honky who like actually, who you think is like the one who is like, oh yeah, he's a down boy. But like he turns out to be the villain. Like I think that could be really, I think that could be really telling commentary, I suppose.
Yeah, I think that's really fantastic. And like he could even do the body disfiguration of like, can I show you a guy?
Yeah.
Hold on. While you're typing, I'm gonna pull something up. There's this guy that has a really amazing arc. And I'm not saying he should look exactly like this, but this is the character that's coming to mind right now.
Let me unshare the screen.
So the facial piercings, things like that, of like he's dishappy with who he was, so like transforming his appearance in such a way that like you don't understand, but it's because he's trying to not remind himself of who he was.
Dig it, love it.
Does that do anything for you?
Dig it, love it.
Okay. Here's other thing that I want us to chew on as far as concept goes. And that character's name was Gaggio, by the way. So one more thing for us to think about is that I would love to come up with the Christmas Adventurers Club sent him on a mission.
Mhm.
And the mistake of this mission was that he lived around people of color and then start to see their humanity.
Yeah, so he was
Because
a plant basically, and he was supposed to like fuck shit up, but then as it turns out, he was like, oh wait, actually,
Yeah.
I dig that.
Yeah, no, these are people.
Yeah.
And like that's what causes him the turn, because I do think proximity is what is like the cure to ignorance.
I agree.
Of like travel is the cure to ignorance. Like being around these people and seeing their humanity. Because you can think like it's very easy to think like an other group
Right.
is a bad person.
Right.
It's really hard to think that your neighbor that you see every day that you like is a bad person.
Right.
Like that's where the supremacists get their footing, is when people live in separate worlds and they don't have any of those other groups in their lives.
Right.
So it would be very fascinating, I think, to watch this journey for him if we see that, like, what I
think it's great. No, I think that's brilliant. No, I think that's beautiful. I mean, I guess if my pitch or thought on that would be, I think that he should, if we're doing it that way, let's have him come in through Sensei. I feel like that's a good, through Benicio del Toro's character. Like, I think that that's a good way in for him.
Sensei would also be the person that would give someone a second chance.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I even just see this scene now too, where they're like talking. He's like, yeah, I know. He's like, he fesses up to it. I was like, yeah, I know. Please.
Was he sent in to spy on Sensei?
I think so.
And like, maybe he's like, what do you think of this pitch? Because I kind of want to make him a teacher. Like, he became the teacher of the school where all these kids went to, where Benicio's kids went to.
Okay.
And then through teaching the children and then meeting the parents and being a part of their lives, like maybe he was leaving work one day and they're like, hey, we're having a party over here. And it's like big, loud, and you think it's all annoying, and then he joins the party. And it's like a lot of fun.
Yeah. I almost feel like
because I don't know if you ever been to like a party thrown by people from Mexico.
No.
Those people have a good time. They were my neighbors. I
have been invited to them, and they're huge. Yeah, I haven't been to like the biggest ones, but they party, and that's great.
They have a good time.
They do have a good time,
and I love that for them. And
I almost feel like this is maybe too saccharine and syrupy, but I almost feel like there's like a picture that the kid drew of him with them or something. Like that's a little on the nose, but you know what I'm saying. Like he drew, like there's like a drawing or something. There's something that the kid does that like opens his heart, and you know what I'm saying.
That can be the first crack.
Yeah.
That picture is what makes him say yes to go to the party.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. I like that. That makes it less saccharine. I like that. Yeah. All right. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah. He's like, I'm a spy. And he's like, I'm a spy. And so he's like, I know. He's like, but you're also a good person.
There's a reason I let you live. I see the way you teach the kids.
Right.
You care about them.
Right.
You think you're a bad person, but you're starting to realize you're not.
Or, hey, you think you're a bad person, and maybe that's true, but you are a good teacher.
I like it. I like it a lot.
That's good.
And also, like, if we do make the character look like Gagio, she would be stunned because she's going to meet him as, like, a fighter. And then, like, when she sees him around kids and how good he is, she's going to be like, what the hell?
Yeah, I love that.
That's so good. Okay. But I think we got enough meat here to try a 3-act structure.
Yes.
And again, this is weird. It's not going to be the final draft that Paul Thomas Anderson would send the script.
Yeah,
this
guys,
is a first pass.
especially for a movie like this, which is so nuanced. This would take months. This would take months to do. It really would. It's not something we're going to be able to do in half an hour. Do it justice in a half an hour.
It's just a creative writing exercise, and I will say I'm happy with what we got. Like I'm. This is actually really exciting. I'm doing a better job at this than I thought I would.
Right, well, I always believed in you, Brian. Do we put...
Well, I'm glad I accidentally became showrunner today.
There you go.
So.
Do we do PTAs? Do we put his wife on this too?
And Paul Thomas Anderson's wife?
Yeah.
Please elaborate. I don't know what you're referring to. Why would we put his wife on this?
Paul Thomas Anderson's wife is Maya Rudolph.
Oh. Oh, man. Are you talking about it? Maya, she would be a wild card in this movie.
Right?
She'd be the wild card.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely think, if you want to, let's go back to brainstorming. Let's come up with a character. Well, no, let's beat it out a little bit, because we both see her as a wild card.
Yeah.
I think she's like I think she'd be like the character that is like really, really wise and like gives really great advice, actually has a very sophisticated understanding of most situations, but when it's go time,
yeah.
boy, she becomes a demon.
I like that. She could be part of the like German. She could be part of not French. French. It would be something. She would be part of the like
French 79 or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Bolshevik 66 or some shit like that. Because I mean, these organizations had satellite groups and stuff like that anyway, right? You had regionally.
I feel like we could get like a mentorish character in the same vein as Benicio.
Yeah.
Just like every adult she meets is very helpful, except her dad.
Yeah, basically.
But her dad's there.
Yeah.
And we love him. I feel like with this wild card thing of like, there'd also be like a moment where like, you need to put this gun down. I'm the crazy one. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, please finish your thought.
Well, I feel like there could be this moment where like Maya's teaching her, like, because the Willa will want to be a part of the fight, want to be a part of the fray, and want to be on the line shoulder to shoulder. And Maya be like, no, I am the crazy one. You need to put this down. It's time for us to fight. You're our face. You're our one to speak. You can't do this part anymore.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like,
I like that.
You have a different role.
I like that.
You need to be above the fray.
I like that. Can I pitch a slight different take, but still to that same end? Is what if she is a person that was in like the French 74 or whatever, right? I don't know.
Okay.
And she ended up infiltrating the system. And so she still does the thing. She's like, no, you need to. And so she does the like, no, you need to, like, you have to understand you're not going to get it by blowing things up. Like you're going to do it by infiltrating and undoing the systems. But I think the lesson that she learns is remembering her crazy past and remembering that she has to stand up too. And so maybe even there's a thing where she says like she can even do that scene that you're talking about. And she just gives up all of the stuff that she's done so that she can run cover. It's like, but you have to move forward. Like I'm remembering my roots and like you have to, but you must move forward now. Like I've done as much as I can do at this level. You have to be the face. You have to do the thing.
My pitch on that, especially for when we reveal that this is the crazy effing wild card. What if Maya Rudolph was like originally introduced as like an Elizabeth Warren type?
Yeah, I love that.
Senator, fully put together. Really, really helpful on the inside, and now it's time for her to go goblin mode.
I love that. Yeah, I love that. I love that. I love it. Yes.
When the military shows up, she has the Molotov cocktail in the drawer.
Oh yeah, she was ready.
next to the weapon.
Right, she was ready.
Like she was. And like her portrayal of a senator was so spot on.
I love that.
And when it was go time, it was go time.
I love that. And she says to her staff, she's like, you all can go home early today.
Oh, that's such a good line. That's such a good line. And like she's giving like the advice during the shootout. Like, yeah, that's really, really good. What would be really, really great about this is that it's the type of role that would require a very specific performance from Maya Rudolph, where she gets to lean into like the silly, but she can't go too far with it, and she has to show her discipline in that area of like being able to handle a really dramatic role, be a little crazy, but never comedic, yes, but not cartoony. And like it would be such a cool performance.
Oh yeah, I mean she could pull it off. She'd be great because she's so put together and poised. But she also has that wildness about her. That's what's so fun about her.
Not like it would be like scary, but also funny. Like when she cocks the gun.
Yeah, which is like how.
Wait, what is happening?
Which is like how Sensei Benicio del Toro can be very silly, but then also very like cool, right? Like I feel like it's kind of that, and I feel like it has that same sort of vibe. Like you said, silly, but also very scary. You're like, oh shit, it's the nice ones you got to watch out for.
That's awesome. That's really, really cool.
All right. Well, I'm glad that thank you for
going on that detour.
Yeah, well, thank you for indulging me on it. It was just on the table.
No, I'm glad we went down that path. Okay, so where are we starting?
Martial law, right?
Rescue, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the martial law could be incited by her, so they could blame her for also the martial law at first.
Okay. So she's like, so then
So,
so
like,
she's like protesting and shit like that or something like that, right?
enemy of the state. Yeah. Oh yeah, we probably should start this in like just a simple protest that then the bad guys escalate. That's a good idea. That starts much more softer. We can get like a save the cat moment from her. Maybe like, let me tell you what you think of this. They shoot the tear gas, she picks it up, tosses it back at them. That'd be a cool save the cat moment. Maybe then she like also like is prepared and like ushers like she sees like there's some teenagers there. She ushers them out safely.
Yeah, she's like good at what she does. Yeah, you're totally.
Yes.
Save some teens. It's like Rainbow Coalition. It's just everybody. It's just.
She tells the kids, "Get home. You're too young for this. I'll see you in 2 years."
I love that. I love that. I love that. Yeah, so it's successful, right? And then she finds out that they're gonna execute or send to life Deandra. I think is Regina Hall's character.
Yes. That's our inciting incident.
Yeah, Deandra is Regina Hall's character.
And so she's going to go ahead, put a team together, get the blessing from Benicio to do the operation. By the way, are we getting... it seems like we're leaving Mom for another story. We're not bringing her in, right? Maybe she can show up at the end, Avengers style, like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we don't even have a ton for Lee. I mean...
I feel
if
like
she's in it, I feel like she knows.
It's her movie.
I feel like if she's in it, I feel like she talks to Maya Rudolph.
Yeah, I just don't think we need Mom.
I don't think we do either.
It would become about their mother-daughter story, and I don't know if that's what we're doing.
I don't think,
because it's more of a coming of age.
Yeah,
right?
I think so. Yeah, I think you're spot on.
Okay, great. I just wanted to make sure we addressed it since we didn't.
No, it's important to bring up, and you're 100% right. You were right to bring that because I glossed totally over that. And there was potentially a way too. And you know, when we're working on it for 6 months, then it may be a more subtle way of doing it. But like it for right now, no, I think I don't know if we necessarily need her.
Gosh, Paul Thomas Anderson, please talk to us because I really, really think there should be a sequel.
I'm liking this,
and
I'm liking this. I can't say that I'm not.
So she goes to break the guy out. Yeah. Their mission is successful. This is where we meet Gagio. This is where we meet Ruben. This is where we meet a bunch of other people, whomever the ancillary characters will be, and they break her out. That like we'll make it like Captain America-y of like, yeah, there were some big bads they had to deal with there, but for the most part, they're in and out. But they kill a few people. They get her. They go. Yeah,
and you know we should definitely play on is the fact that J. Joe, like the thing of like J. Jones. You're familiar with that, right?
J.
In
Jones,
the election cycle, the guy who won Attorney General for.
Oh, okay.
They're just like they were killing people, and people are like, yeah. Well, what's that got to do with anything?
We will get there.
I'm just saying, they vote in real life. They voted, you know, they're like, oh, whatever. Well, I mean. Better that than a Republican. Sorry.
Okay, so then they free her, and then I think we pivot to your scene where it's the Christmas Adventurers Club, and they're like convincing the senator or maybe even the president, we reveal are members of the Christmas Adventurers Club. It's time. We need to release the video and activate martial law. Like, this has gone too far. We will make her an enemy of the state, and we're going to crack down on all crime in the country until she and every other anarchist that is like her is apprehended. And then I think whoever the politician is, empty suit, completely empty suit.
Yeah, so I think
absolutely.
I think that because I still like, if you're still down with it, the idea of them like fighting to see who's going to be the new head Santa.
Oh yeah, please. But I glossed over.
No, but I think that that's a good thing for him. For the empty suit politician, I think that would be a really great thing for him. A great storyline, like a good motivator, I suppose. Because his power is like fictitious.
If you do this, do you know, being really nice and would piss Ben Shapiro off so much? If it's the president character, he doesn't even care about the presidency. He wants to be head of the
love that.
Christmas Adventurers Club. Yeah. That's the real prize.
Yeah. He's never been in it.
So
I love that.
Of course he'll activate the martial law and ruin the reputation of his presidency at a shot.
Yeah, I like that.
be the
So then let's
president of
not
the Christmas
have him
Adventures Club.
be fighting for it. Let's have him that be his motivation, like that he just wants to be in it because he's the president, but he's not in the Christmas Adventures. So I love that. I think that's so good. I think that's, and this says so much about how these things actually work. I love that.
Well, well, to be clear, to contextualize it, I was thinking like he's already in the Adventurers Club, but he could lead the Adventurers Club.
Oh, okay.
Like, because your original idea that the head spot's gone, and now this is his chance
he's
if he
president.
just activates martial
Yeah,
law.
I love that. Yeah, he's president, but he doesn't want. Yeah, I dig that. I love that. Yeah, it's not enough.
And so he follows through on that plan, and that's going to be a problem. So I guess I think we're still in Act 1 a bit, because I think we're going to have them dealing with this until they get a plan. Like, it's them handling whatever the application of this is. Does Benicio get taken?
I like that. I could get.
And that leads them to Maya?
I dig that.
Maybe Benicio's wife takes over that little unit, and then she sends them to Maya?
Yeah. That cell, yeah.
Well, yeah. So wife's in charge of the Underground Railroad.
I see the scene too where she's like, where they go is like, Sensei was taking it. She's like, I'm about to get my tea. Maya Rudolph does. She is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Funny. And then, maybe. Okay, so then that probably gets us to Act 2, I think. Right? Or do you think Act 2 might not start until a little after
I actually think that Act 2 is when they enact martial law.
Okay. All right.
I think that's when we go into Act 2. Because that's when it changes, right?
Yeah, the world is definitely different.
Yeah.
Well, hold on now. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I'm trying to think. Because we don't want to lose the internment camp thing. So I'm trying to reconcile a couple things in my head. So I guess let me think out loud so that you see where I'm at. I'm wondering if we want to release the video and no. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get us to the internment camps. So here's what I'm trying to figure out. Mm-hmm. How do we get from Maya to internment camps? That's the thing. And so, like, I guess we're in a sequencing issue here of like, so let's just go to Maya and then we'll figure it out from there. He's a 7th degree elf. The president is a 7th degree elf. So for everyone because the images aren't there, me and Phil went in a laughing fit because he wrote 7th degree elf. That the president is
a 7th degree elf.
I love that. Okay. All right. I'm spiraling in my own head. We just need to go forward.
We need to also reconcile, I mean, if we want to still, the social media of it all. I mean, it's almost like they have to do a media strategy, I feel, in order to kind of distract.
The Christmas Adventurers Club?
No, Willa.
Okay.
Because remember, we're having her
She becomes public enemy, but I don't think she's going to realize that she can spin it until they release the internment camp footage.
We're not there yet? I thought that was...
No, I don't think so, because we have to have them meet... Yeah, no, that's what I was trying to reconcile.
But then when they would have to do that,
original woman...
They would have to do that when they do martial law, would they? That's when they'd have to release the footage.
Which one?
So, the Christmas Adventures... So are we saying narratively, like... So that would come before Benicio gets taken, right? They wouldn't be doing martial law without... I mean, they would probably have advanced... They would probably have it advanced tactics, and then they would release the footage? Is that what you're saying? Because they're using it as a preamble.
Propaganda tool.
Yeah.
They're using it as a propaganda tool. I was thinking of 2 different releases. Sure. The reason why I want the 2 releases to be different is because I want it to work the first time, so they get overconfident when they release.
Okay, so there's a second. Okay, yeah, I wasn't clear on that. Yeah. That makes sense.
I'm thinking 2 big.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
I wanted it to be 2 different video drops.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, they could do one where it's like where they do it and it does work, and then they could single her out.
They get cocky.
Yeah, and they single her out, and it doesn't. That makes sense to me. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Perfect. All right.
And so that justifies that. And then I guess what I'm trying to figure out now is, after talking to Maya, how do they go on the internment camp mission, I guess? Like, what's there? Is it to get Benicio? So, like, do we do 2 rescue missions in a row?
I feel like that's too much. I think that's...
I agree. That doesn't quite work. And also, it would be a lot cooler if whatever power structure she builds, she eventually forces them to hand over Benicio. And then you get a really cool scene where Benicio's walking all confident, strutting on everyone.
Yeah, that's why he does his dance again.
Yeah. I just imagine like a standoff where the 2 forces are against each other and Benicio walks to the other side. Do you know what'd be so stupid? Do you know what'd be so stupid? And I don't think it will work for this, but it's just a funny idea. Is if all the Christmas small Santas are somehow a part of the Christmas Adventurers Club.
I think that's a little cute.
It's way too silly, but it is very
That is funny. That's
Yes.
a little cute.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work for this. I just wanted to say it because it came to my mind.
Well, there has to be a way.
Okay.
Maybe it is she has to get together this, like, because he has a whole infrastructure here. Like, is she have to deal with that? Like, and the issues that she has with that are kind of what propel her, if that makes sense. Because we also need to teach her how to organize, and this is a good way of just kind of showing, like, well, you wouldn't actions have consequences, and like there are people who are not necessarily on your program that you'll have to like convince. Go ahead.
Okay, I like that, and then here's my pitch, and I think we can reconcile the two. And it is a different angle. I'm just saying that I think we can reconcile. Benicio's taken. We need to get the hell out of here.
Okay.
But the other mission, we were going to free all these people, is like, we don't have time. The military's in. Like, we got to go. We still have to save them, though. Like, I feel like that conflict, their safety versus the freedom of others. And that might be able to justify our second internment camp escape. That we still have a job to do. This is what Benicio would have wanted us to do.
All right. Makes sense to me.
And
that's where we get the second and that's where we get the second footage?
Yeah, that's where we get the second footage. So I guess, where does Maya come into this? Do we wait on her? Do we introduce her and then she has this discussion in front of Maya?
No, I feel like if we're going to do it that way, then just have Maya come in once it becomes a media circus, and once she gets attention. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, yeah, like maybe, what's the phrase that I'm looking for? Like some sort, because it wouldn't be, okay, so I'm going to pitch the bad version because I don't know how to get to the good version yet. So it is like some sort of press conference, and then Maya walks up and like starts singing the praises of this hero freeing people and fighting against the government. Like, she gets in front of it all. And I imagined originally her being there, but I think this pitch actually works as long as Willa's not present at the press conference.
Yeah, I don't think Willa's present at the press conference.
So then that gets Maya activated, and then Willa's like, who the hell is this? And eventually we'll get them to cross paths. Okay, so then that works, and that, because the second footage drops and they're all confident, but then it turns into that whole thing that we brought up before of like, excuse me, what's that building behind the guy she shot? Excuse me, what is that building? Is that a kid I see in the background? Why is there a kid behind that gate? Whatever pieces fall apart, they immediately the footage deletes from online. Like, they immediately take the footage down, but it's too late, and everyone starts freaking out of like, what the hell is this building?
Yeah, like what?
And then internment camps. And so like people start fighting back. They start realizing, oh, what's really happening here? And then maybe like the martial law was originally like a limited operation, but now like we don't know where they are. People have become way too sympathetic. We need to martial law everywhere.
Do we have like a Chaz style situation?
I think we do have a Chaz-style situation at some point. I think we have many Chazes. I think that she starts building her power. She starts building like an actual group of people that see her as their figurehead. Yeah.
She's doing social media drops and stuff like that. Like
I feel like 100%. And I feel like Maya, that's like something funny for her to like contend with, of like, I put myself in the public eye for years to be this sort of figure, and then you show up.
Right.
One video drop.
Right. Is this what
and now you're the person I've been trying to be.
This is going viral. Is this what they call going viral?
Yeah. Man, this is crazy. And like, she's like so fun, but like the energy she gives off in the interaction is like, I don't know if she's on my side or not. Yeah. She sounds happy, but she's saying things that seems like she's jealous. Like, I don't like it. It'd be such a good scene for all the actors involved. All right, so then I guess we just have to figure out like how she eventually sets this meeting, because I think the next meeting, it maybe like she says, maybe Maya lies at the press conference and says, I already have meetings set with a discussion. I am prepared to have conversations with her.
That's
and like,
good, yeah.
Well, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
And
she's
like, I
doing.
think she wants us to talk to her.
I almost feel like she plays it like a politician. She almost just seems like a well-meaning politician. And then we find out in some secret, in some conversation, that she says like a code word or something like that. And like, then we realize, oh shit, she's like on our side.
I like that. I like the code word. That's awesome. They're all like, what? And then that justifies them to go meet. At some point, we need to sprinkle in that scene that they got Ruben. Or I guess, is that a reveal after betrayal? That's a reveal after the betrayal, right? Or will the audience be aware of that?
I think the audience should be aware of it. I think that they find it, because I'm about to pitch something that'll piss you off. I think we should kill Sensei.
I'm not opposed to it. When does it happen?
I think when they're doing
because I mean, it's the whole like death of the mentor, right? That's the hero's journey.
Yeah, I think that in the exchange, I think that like we don't know until like that moment which way he's going to go. And like he betrays them in that moment. Ruben, I'm talking about. He has a choice to make and he makes it.
That's dark. I like it. I know I like it. I think that works. I just think Maya can't die then.
No, I don't think Maya.
Unfortunately, only one of them get to die. That you know what'd be funny? Is that piss her off? Is that she doesn't get to play?
That's funny. Yeah, that's funny. Well, we can still have her scene with the Molotov cocktails, and she still opens.
She's petty.
She still opens,
and jealous the entire
right.
movie.
She still opens it. She still opens the drawer, and she's like, next time. And she closes the drawer again. She closes the drawer again. She's like, nah, damn.
So you're saying the Ruben is the one who assassinates Benicio?
Yeah,
I think that's great. So I guess the question would be though, why? Because they already had him in custody. They do the exchange.
That's true.
Is Willa the target and Benicio stops it?
That.
Although that's not quite as dramatic though. It's not as like dramatic as...
Well, here's the thing. If we want to do Paul Thomas Anderson, is he supposed to kill Willa? But he's like not a good shot. And it ends up killing Benicio. Like, I guess playing him not
interesting,
because in these movies, everyone's always an expert shot, and you never have it where they're like, nah, he just like fucked up. He choked and killed and like accidentally killed Benicio. Because if you don't have firearms training, go ahead. I'm sorry, you have something to say.
No, I just got a pitch based on what you said. Because you also pitch that we don't trust Gaggio the entire movie. Like, we think Gaggio's a plant. Right. Gaggio could move the gun.
Oh, I like that.
Go for it. It hits Benicio.
Yeah.
So he saved Willa, but
I love that.
Got Benicio.
Yeah. Well, that's fucked up for him too, which is great.
That works. That's sad, but that works. And I guess we'll just eventually have to go back and figure out why. Oh, because the assassination was for Willa, not for Benicio, and they wanted her guard down.
Yeah, I mean, it's like what is it? Black Messiah.
Wait, do they not know? Oh my gosh. Does the Christmas Adventurers Club not know that Gaggio's compromised, or which side he's actually on?
Well, I like that.
It's a real Severus Snape Dumbledore situation.
Yeah, I like that.
So Ruben goes for the shot, thinking it's just them, and that gives us our all is lost moment. Yeah. They get Benicio back, and then he dies.
Yeah. He ain't doing 3 of these. He's just not. If we give him something, he ain't doing 3 of these.
Oh no, I think we'll be lucky if we get a second one. Although that son of a bitch leaves it open again. Paul, I am a fan now. I need closure.
Right. Well, and I feel like for Act 3, because I feel like we still need to leave it open like the movie. I just think it starts. I think that...
You son of a bitch.
Huh?
You're just talking about like the revolution starts, right? Like we don't see the conclusion.
Yeah,
of the
I think that it just starts. And I think that you see
I think we should see maybe one successful battle.
Yeah, and I think it's their battle to get out even. I'm down with that. And like they are able to rally people. And I think that you see that. And then you just see people like ordinary, everyday people like waking up sort of thing.
And then also like we're not going to lose it. We would just go back in the next one and find the right spots of like the union negotiations. Like we're kind of really focusing on the action sequences, but that would be, those union negotiations would be like, I mean, in Act 2.
That's like with the chat. That's like with the Chaz stuff and stuff like that. Like I feel like that's all in there. Yeah. Like that's, trying to pull people together sort of thing.
And so with Benicio dead, they have the location of them, and then they start moving the military around them. And it's kind of like that Captain America scene where it's just him standing on that hill. It's just Willa, but then others show up, and we get a really cool fight. Then I think it ends with the military retreating. And like, it's not just like, a bunch of people who had weapons. It's not a 2A fight. Like, I think people are coming out with bats and 2x4s.
Yeah, I dig it. Yeah. No, they're doing it.
Like, it's an army of the people.
Yeah, they're doing it. Right. And they start singing, and they start saying "Solidarity Forever." No, not that. It's too no.
I think the soundtrack they pick sometimes, like I that "Don't You Dare Look Back," that made me want that song in like a fight scene.
Yeah.
Like, that was such a cool, like, he picked good music.
Oh, it's brilliant.
And then "American Girl" was such a good way to end it.
That was so good. She was an American Girl. It's so good.
That hit hard.
That hit hard. It's the best movie of the year of all time.
And legitimately, like, it would feel like a song that, like, overused shouldn't hit, but it hit hard.
Yeah, well, they redid the context. I mean, it was perfect. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
really brilliant.
Oh yeah, no, that's really what made it work, is that the context changed.
Yeah, she was, because, like, I mean, because that's the thing. This would be. And like, and now I'm gonna get on my soapbox. Hold on, see if you can hear me on my high horse as it stands on my on the soapbox. But like, that's what a real, like, no. Most people who become revolutionaries don't actually start off hating their home country, or don't start off hating the United States. Like, they love it. Mm-hmm. And the people who are in it, like, that's like, I just really appreciate him doing that, if that makes sense. Like, I appreciate, like,
and also, like, you fascists don't get American.
Right.
Again, that is ours, not yours. Exactly. You bastards.
Right. It's true. Like, that's, and that's the beauty of it. I think even like radicals and revolutionaries I knew in my life, who from like the 60s and all, they just say like, well, we were totally bought in. Like, we were American boys and girls. Yep. We were like, we loved America.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. And then this moment will be so great. You would see all the characters having like their each individual moment of victory. Maya would be in the fight, being a goblin. Yeah. Gagio would have a moment.
Where is Maya? And she's like still. And and Maya's like still here.
Freaking Bob is there in his bathrobe.
Oh, absolutely.
Bob is actually probably the one that shows up first.
He would. He's like, "Where's my girl? Where's my baby girl?"
Bob is walking.
Like, Dad, you're Dad, you're embarrassing me. Like, no, it's fine. I'm finally here. We're finally doing it. Let's fucking go. He's like made bombs. He like actually picked up. He's like, I'm back.
They're not as good as they used to be. Like, they definitely he's like, using worse material.
It's all computers now. Like, I don't in like plastic.
Yeah, because like, yeah, he's willing to die for his baby girl that day. But yeah, Bob probably would show up a couple more moments in the movie, but he needs to be there.
Yeah, I don't think Leo doesn't do sequels, but I feel like he'd do this.
I think he'd do an appearance too. And also, like, if the movie's good enough, I think they do it. And I think this movie deserves a sequel. I do. It's not for profit. It's not for what's the name. I think Willa deserves to have her story told.
I think that's fair. I think that's a really excellent point.
And that's a compliment to Paul. Like, you created someone that I really want to see again.
Well, I love it. And hold on, what we have to do.
That's it.
The revolution begins. And they play the Internationale. The Chinese.
No, American Girl again.
She was an American girl. So that was good.
One military battle to American Girl. That would be sick.
Well, that would be tight. So, I mean, great job, Brian. I know this is not your thing, but the nice thing about this movie is that it is very archetypal, and you're very good at the at mythos. Like, you're excellent at it. And so between the two of us, we tag teamed it, and so I can go like, well, and then like, what if this like weird human what is this weird thing that only a human would do happen? And so I feel like we really got it.
This wouldn't have came together without a lot of your brilliant pitches. Like, I think like you kept punching it up, and thank you so much for tonight, my friend.
He's a 7th degree elf.
and I'm exceptionally proud of this one. I'm really glad that I incidentally ended up showrunner of this. So thank you.
Yeah, well, I knew you could do it. That's why you were like, "Oh, well, I don't know," and I was like, "No, Brian, just I knew you could. You just needed as Ben Shapiro would say, you just needed the permission structure. Like, I had no doubt in my mind that you could pull it off."
Well, thank you so much, my friend. And to another great writer's room. And to everyone else, thank you for joining us. And I hope you like this clip. Leave a comment and your pitch is in the comments. Is there anything you would punch up in this pitch? Is there another idea or angle you would take to it? Let us know in the comments. And with that being said, pencils down. Remember to put your notes and pitches in the comments, and we'll read our favorites on next week's show.
And hey, while you're at it, why don't you hit that subscribe button? Let's build this community together. Oh, also, the bell icon's there, so why don't you ring my bell so that you never miss any updates?
And the like button too, Phil. That's important.
Oh, right, yes. Thank you, Ryan.